Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram, and the start of this video with very important information. Astrology classes for beginners, 8-week course. Akash ji starting this course from 9th of November on Zoom meeting. You can attend this course from any part of world. WhatsApp number on the screen. Link there in description as well. You can join from there also. You will get all the details. Module is also on the screen. So most welcome. And now the most welcome for the video which is going to start, and the most important video. Every video is important, but why this is important? Because month of October is the one of the important month from the astrological point of view. Lots of astrologers. Let's welcome Akash ji. He will tell more in detail about all 12 seconds. Namaskar, Ram Ram, Akash ji.
Namaskar, Rohitji, Ram Ram. So a month that is starting with an eclipse and lot of things happening. Jupiter getting retrograde, Sun getting debilitated, Mars getting debilitated. So a very careful month for everyone. Here, when we talk about Aries ascendant people, Jupiter will retrograde in Taurus in your second house. Very important time now for all the Aries to make sure that they are working towards their, investments, working towards their family, and in a way where you are trying to now reconsider that where your investment choice is right, the decision that you have made in family is right or wrong, such kind of things. There is a complete video on Jupiter retrograde on the channel, so if you want you can watch that also. But second house Jupiter retrograde, careful in these areas. It is that whenever a planet gets retrograde, it is the time of reconsideration of things related to this house. This is about speech, this is about family, this is about your money, monetary benefits. Everything is related to this house. In the in the Purushartha system, this is called the house of money. It is called the house of what is that called, Rohitji? Dharma,
Wealth,
Earth,
speech,
Earth,
family, earth,
Earth. It is
money.
Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So first is Dharma, second is Artha. So Artha Vyavastha. You have to be very careful about your Artha Vyavastha, that how your monetary or money is being taken care of. Then Mercury enters into Libra. Here Mercury is in a good position. There is no problem. It is, exalted. Mercury is now ended. Finally, it has taken care of the eclipse that happened in this house. It is gone to the seventh house, again restoring a lot of happiness. Those who are waiting for some verdict, that means they should get some kind of verdict from court or anything to do with enemies. In fact, even someone who's waiting for getting approval of their loans, this is a beautiful time for you. Venus entering into Scorpio here. So as soon as Venus enters into Scorpio, this is the time that you may feel a little bit of, what is happening. The second house Lord is gone to the eighth house, and so second house, what has happened. The aspect of Jupiter that is coming on the eighth house is also retrograde. So a little bit of difficult time in terms of how you want to carry your research work. Those who are into absolutely work like medical profession, research, very good time for them. Some breakthrough also you can see. But those who are not, those who are into other daily work like IT, like in any business related to finance, for them it is going to be a little bit of dead space, that what the hell is happening. Because after that, the area is that 17th of October, Sun will enter into Libra, get into debilitation. So Venus, Sun gets debilitated here. Whenever the king is debilitated, that means your creativity currently, your approach towards your children, any startups that you're doing you have to be very extremely careful during this. After 17th of this month, a lot of careful, because first it happens in the house of relationships. So business and personal relationship both can be a challenge, and top of that, Mars also gets debilitated in the fourth house. Now, any very good time for career, by the way. Those who are in IT, those who are in what you say, those who are in fintech, finance, technology, IT, anything to do in engineering, construction, real estate, very good time for them. Mars becomes debilitated, they have a lot of opportunity now to work. But somehow this debilitated Sun, that means soul debilitated. Mars, that means your courage debilitated, means you will not. And Guru Brahaspati in retrograde motion means that there will be a little bit of challenge to take decisions firmly. So that is going to be a problem. Then Mercury gets into Scorpio. Now Mercury getting into Scorpio is kind of a Viprit Rajyog. So if there was any problem that was happening related to your health which was not getting sorted, now things will be in good motion. Health wise also things will be solved in this month. And also any debt loans, anything that has been going over the head that it is very difficult for you to manage, somewhere you will get some kind of relief in that area also. But very careful in terms of driving. Venus is also in Scorpio. The lord of the eighth house is debilitated in the fourth house of conveyances, so some kind of losses in terms of driving, accidents, this is possible. And eclipse, after eclipse ends, it's not like the problem ends. For a little while, it continues, so you will be able to see its effect going forward, during this time as well. The most important thing for Aries ascendant during this month is to do lot of Vishnu Sahasranam, do lot of devotion, stay devoted to Lord Vishnu. Extremely very important. Those who are from different religions and castes and culture, you should follow your God and make sure that you are completely devoted towards spiritual meaning of your life. Okay, that will help you to move forward. All the best. Have a wonderful month, and do share your experiences as we go on, move on. 9th of November is when the Astrology for Beginners 8-week course will start. Almost we are at completion. If you want to enroll ASAP, otherwise I think we will not be able promoting even more next time, because I think they have been telling me, because there are so many people, you have to start two batches now. So one at 10 a.m. like in the morning, and then or maybe alternate weekends. So let's see how this goes. All the best. For Taurus ascendant people, Jupiter is getting retrograde in ascendant in your Lagna. This Lagna is a very important place. This is about your Dharma, and the planet of Dharma, that is Jupiter, is getting retrograde here. Now, retrograde Jupiter does not mean disaster or trouble everywhere. It means that during this time, it is more important to take things little bit lightly, not to be very serious. Retrograde period is a period when you are supposed to go back and look at your mistakes and what did you do, what wrong did you did, how did you do it, and how can you rectify it now. So Jupiter gives you that kind of a window here. There's complete video of Jupiter retrograde on the channel. You can watch that, and that will be good for you. Then Mercury enters into Libra. Now here Mercury is a very important lord, second house and the sixth house. That means Mercury rules both the places that is related to money, both the places that has any kind of monetary thing only in the hand. And also Mercury is an extremely important planet for you because it is the fifth house lord. Fifth house lord is the lord that of the past life karmas as well. So here when it comes to the sixth house of health, of work, your general workplace, and also anything to do with your enemies, this is a important message for all the people, that such enemies can be coming either from families, or maybe some responsibility of the family that you cannot ignore may act as a barrier for your growth. And even it can come from the side of children or maybe from your loved ones. So in a simple way, if I say, it is a time of isolation, so because of the aspect of Mercury on the 12th house, so isolation and maybe expenses for family and for your loved ones. That means your romantic partner or children as well. So some kind of expenses is coming on your way. But because Mercury is sitting here with the Venus in the own sign, so it is going to be, at least you'll be able to handle such kind of issues. Workplace wise, some good news is coming, some positive news is coming from workplace. So even in this front of the home front and on the children front and loved one front, there is some kind of expenses, but on the workplace, it is going to be an awesome time for you. Venus, on the other hand, enters into Scorpio. Now, Venus is the ascendant lord coming to the seventh house, aspected by a retrograde Jupiter. Two gurus in front of each other. So it's like, amne samne of gurus. What happens is during this time, both the kendras are absolutely activated for jnana, for dharma. This is the time that you should be giving equal weightage to your relationship as well as your dharma. That means if there is, you're married, so it means that obviously you have to give a little bit of time to your, or maximum time to your wife or husband. But on the other hand, if you have parents, it is also the time to make sure that dharma is taken care of. That means your parents are also being taken care of. So don't ignore between your loved ones or partners and your parents. So you should be maintaining a balance during this time. Very good time for those who are expecting any kind of promotion can be happening now, or you will get indication of promotion. So all the best. Sun is entering into Libra into debilitation, but fourth house lord in the sixth house, debilitated, means that during this time, not a very good time to apply for loans, big debts. You should not be applying. Not also a good time to take enmity with people at workplace, because obviously if promotion is happening, people will get jealous from you, and you may then have some kind of enmity which will be acting in not in your favor. So that is also very very important. Sixth house, sun debilitated also means health of mother, or well-being of mother, or short distance travel of mother can happen during this time. Or you also can be visiting your uncles, that means your maternal uncles, your mother's brothers, possible. Then Mars enters into Cancer, it is also going to get debilitated in the third house. So the power, the hard work, the passion that you are carrying may have some kind of intensity will go low in that area because of debilitated Mars, right? It is the life force. Mars is that blood rush that we get, that energy, that power. So coming into the house of courage and getting debilitated means a little bit of challenge. But on the other hand, because Mars is aspecting the exalted aspect on the ninth house, good time for higher learning, good time for just you know learning some kind of tricks for the future. Fourth house is also the house of third house is also the house of personal interest, where you do your hobby. So this is the time to reconsider and think about your hobby, that if you put a little bit of effort in it, can you make it your career? These kind of things should be taken care of. And finally, Mercury enters into Scorpio on 29th of October. Mercury is now the fifth house lord in the seventh house, second house lord in the seventh house. So now the problems that happened earlier, this is the time to gain. So those who are going through Mercury Mahadasha Antardasha, or Venus Mercury Mars Mahadasha Antardasha, such kind of stuff, you may gain now this time, gain from partnership, gain from litigation, gain from enemies, gain from there can be also finally the disease and everything that you were going through, or some kind of health issues, this will be solved. So it's a beautiful time for Taurus ascendant people. All the best, guys. Have a wonderful wonderful month, and do not forget to subscribe. And another information that you everyone has to go through is this classes which is starting on 9th of November. There have been a lot of queries that you want to join, learn astrology and stuff like that. So if you want to learn from basic till very very in a way where you can start reading your chart, you can inquire below and we can talk about it in detail. For Gemini ascendant people, Rohitji, here October 9th is Jupiter getting retrograde in the 12th house. So for Gemini, this beginning of May, it has been a little bit of challenging for them, especially Jupiter in the 12th house. So 12th house means a lot of expenses are happening, especially through real estate. Any problem? See, now very important thing. So Jupiter is aspecting the fifth house, so that means expenses for real estate or through real estate will happen. Number one, Jupiter is aspecting the sixth house because it is sitting in the 12th house. So root is in the 12th house, so expenses related to your workplace also will happening. And here, because Jupiter is aspecting the 8th house with a debilitated aspect, 8th house is the house of insurance, anything to do with taxation and stuff like that. So here also you may be facing a little bit of challenges. So three places is where you may be feeling, and sometimes in good way also. Like some people, I have one client, Roji, Gemini ascendant, she is in Toronto. She got a tax refund from Canada government. She got a tax refund of like $45,000 came to me, sir, out of no reason, because it was this due, that due, so they sent it. So now see, someone got very much benefit also, but some might also get little bit of obstacles here because of the aspect of Jupiter. And because it is getting retrograde, it is a time to revisit any real estate buying, revisit anything to do with workplace, investing more in the workplace, and also revisit any kind of legal things that you are waiting for, like insurance or tax money and stuff like that. If you have to pay it, so that you don't get any problem. If you are supposed to receive it now, you will receive it as well. Mercury, on the other hand, enters into Libra. Mercury is the Lagna Lord and the fourth house Lord. That means inner peace and happiness, and you yourself is coming to the fifth house of Mahalakshmi. So good monetary speculative gains are seen. Money from crypto stock markets can be now fruitified, and you can make profit here. So take very very good advice of people and then only move forward. Some good news related to children also comes for in the month of October. There is also possibility that your creative side will be very good, and you may meet someone, some loved one, and may have a very great time with them together. Children, I told you, it's going to be very good. And then Venus enters into Scorpio, making a Viprit Rajyog, foreign connection, anything that has to get done from a foreign country, anything that you need to receive from a foreign country or send to a foreign country, or you are supposed to go to a foreign country, get your visa stamped, get some permits for foreign country, things are going to be in very much favor, absolutely very much favor for you. But as soon as sun will enter into Libra, it will create a little bit of challenge in terms of education, in terms of communication through to your children. So there may be some good news that come, but somehow your children may accuse you that, okay, we gave you such good news but you do not like us anymore and you did not react to it. So such kind of things can be seen when sun is putting an aspect on the 11th house. So gains is there. Gemini ascendant people are supposed to gain a lot of money during this month, but emotionally it is going to be a very up and down, because see, it started with a Graham, right? Started with an eclipse, especially in your fourth house of inner peace and happiness. So socially, inner peace and happiness wise, you'll be little bit of disturbed, but monetary wise you are getting very stronger this month. Mars entering into Cancer, into the second house, getting debilitated means now money is coming, but investment is second thing, right? As soon as money comes, you want to invest. Second house is the house of money investment, and eighth house is the investment, return of investment. So return of investment where it is very much short that, okay, I'm going to get something, you should get into it. If there is any speculative thing after 20th of October, that is, see, second house Mars is aspecting the fifth house, one two three fourth aspect of Mars on the fifth house. This means that you have to be careful here before investing in speculation. So if speculative conversion, you have to convert and get gains, good for it, but not invest right now. And then finally, Mars in the second house also means that little bit of speech or speaking problem with your family, or somewhere you will feel weak during this time, that you're not able to give that right answer to your family, that why, how, when. So that can be a challenge. Mercury entering into Scorpio is again a very very like good news, because whenever the Lagna Lord will go to the sixth house, it will try to repair that house. Wherever Lagna Lord will go, wherever the Ascendant Lord will go, it will try to repair that house. And that means any health problems that you're going through, any lower abdomen problems, any problem that is related to even menstrual cycle or skin related problems that you're going through, now you may feel get some relief. Mercury also rules the thyroid. People who have thyroid have a very good chance this month to with the energy present, to start feeling much better. Sixth house is also the house of debt. During this time, if you are willing to take debt for buying a property, that is also very very good. After 29th October, I think November 1st or 31st, November 1st, I think, is Diwali. So in Diwali period, if you want to buy anything, very very good time for you, but not good time to invest in what you say, some good time to take return from speculative investment, but not good time to invest in speculative investment. Okay, so stock market on, a little bit careful. All the best. Otherwise, 9th of November is when the astrology for beginners course start, and everyone has been pointing out beginners is wrong spelling. We know this. I have kept it deliberately. I told Samantha that I will keep this so that everyone knows you have done one mistake here, and that is beginner spelling. So that is why it is going to be like this. 9th of November, when it will start, you can see all the modules syllabus here, that what you're going to learn. So it's going to be a very enlightening course. And I wish and I pray to God that those who really deserve it and those who are very much enlightened come to me. All the best. Cancer ascendant people, Jupiter is going to get retrograde in Taurus in the 11th house. So Jupiter here, from the beginning of this month, from the beginning of May, sorry, you must have started seeing some gains. Many people must have, those who have Jupiter retrograde in their birth chart only, must have seen that there is nothing happening. So now things are going to happen as soon as Jupiter again get retrograde. It is a moment that you may feel suddenly from the social circle, those people who were not required will go away from your life. Suddenly people who were trying to falsely claim that they are your friends and they are trying to do some benefit for you, you will see that no, this is not how it working on. And some very major transformation is also coming, because very majority of planets here are getting into a difficult situation. So wherever there are, all the planets are in difficult situation, there is some, what you say, magic that happens. It's not in a bad way, it's in a good way. So 11th house Jupiter retrogression is good for you in terms of achieving name and fame, and also gaining lot of wisdom related to who is right and who is wrong, and who is going to be helping you in networking and who is going to just wasting your time. So you will get lot of clarity during this time. Mercury into Libra is, Mercury is the 12th house lord coming to the 4th house, third house lord coming to the 4th house. So you will gain from communication. and also gain from foreign country. This is a time that you may have, if you have any property in a foreign country, expenses might come for the property to maintain it or stuff like that. But good time for happiness, peace, very good timing with mother, or spending your time in your home area, going for some retreats, very much possible. Venus then enters into Scorpio. Now, Venus entering into Scorpio is, Venus comes to the fifth house. Venus is a kind of yoga karka here. After Mars, Venus is yoga karka. Venus here is going to give gains from property. So if you are also planning to sell any property, then also you're getting gains. Gains from children also can be seen. And also there can be good happiness that comes from your love romantic side of your life. So that is great. Sun enters into Libra, gets debilitated on 17th of October. Now 17th of October is a very important day, because 17th of like by 20th of October, like Sun is also going to be debilitated. Moon is Mars is also going to get debilitated. Jupiter retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Rahu Ketu in already retrograde motion. So lot of heavy energy is happening on your chart, and all around the world. It's not only you. This is the time that Sun enters into Libra. Career wise, it's going to be a very, very awesome time, because it is putting an exalted aspect there. So career wise, you may gain some power, some designation, but in the house, in the home environment, there can be a little bit of challenge. And I told you there are some expenses that will be going on in the home, which can spark up to become more. So such kind of possibilities there. But career wise, awesome. Mars entering into Cancer. Now, Yoga Karaka of this chart, entering into the ascendant, getting into debilitation, will strengthen your relationships. At this time, you will find that your relationship, your partner, your spouse, your business partner is supporting you to the most. But your self motivation will be a question. Do lot of Lord Kartikya puja, do lot of puja related to Hanumanji, do lot of, take soil in your hand and say Om Bhaumaya Namaha, Om Bhaumaya Namaha. Those who don't have good Mars, put little bit of soil on your hand, cover it with your hand and like this, and say Om Bhaumaya Namaha, Om Bhaumaya Namaha. Let that energy of Mars and the power that Earth has go into you, so that during this point of difficult, when Mars is debilitated also, you can feel very strength in your life. Then Mercury enters into Scorpio. Now Mercury is the 12th house lord in the 5th house. Those who have been trying to get education permits for foreign country, also work permits from foreign country, also startup visa for foreign country, or job seeker visas and stuff like that, you may see a very positive time. Those who are into arts, entertainment, media, singing, dancing, performing, creative work, they may also see a very, very awesome. Also in the field of communication, they will see that they're going to different heights at this time. Beautiful month for all the people of Cancer ascendant. Do subscribe. That is your gift to us. And 9th of September is when Astrology for Beginners course will start. So learning about astrology from the beginning, undo lot of myths that you have and come to the facts. This is what this course is all about. Very limited speed seats. Book now, and all the best. For Leo ascendant people, Jupiter is in the 10th house. So, from the month of May, when Jupiter came here, the career must have been a little bit of, not slow, I would say, but little bit of more intense, in terms of you have to do a lot of higher learning, do a little bit of more hard work to get things. But on the side of money, on the side of your real estate, and on the side of your workplace, then it must be pleasant. You must be having a lot of comfortable life. But it's getting retrograde. Now this is the time to reconsider career goals, to think about, are you even going to the next step of your goal, or you're just nothing is there. So these kind of things are very important. Secondly, you're also, during this time, you may focus more on your investment that have been done in the past, that what is the investment that has been, what is the return I'm getting. It is a time of more analytical approach, calculative approach, when Jupiter gets retrograde for you. Not a good time to buy real estate this month, or not to even shift on rental basis. That is what I would suggest, because as soon as 9th of October happens, Mars is already attaining degree and going to the 12th house, getting debilitated. So 4th house lord in the 12th house, and that is Mars, that is related to Bhumi. So you should not be doing it. We'll talk about it. Then Mercury enters into Libra. Now Mercury here is the second house lord going to the third house. So because of your speech and because of your commitment and your hard work, you may gain some kind of monetary benefit from the family, or maybe it can be possible to be coming from your what you say, you're speaking, like you speak something and suddenly that really catches other people's attention, your idea is approved and you start getting money. So a lot of positive communication is coming. Short distance travel is also there for Leo ascendant people, and that short distance travel will be very, very fruitful for you. Very fruitful. As soon as you start doing short distance travel, there'll be gains, lot of networking, and there will be also monetary benefit 10th of October onwards. So I am planning my trip after 10th. Venus is entering into Scorpio. Now Venus here is the lord of the 10th house, getting into the 4th house, exactly diagonally opposite to it, aspected by Jupiter, and aspecting the 10th house will give a little bit of power to Jupiter and also power to your career. In your home area also, you may feel a very much pleasant environment, also some kind of major support that you get from your loved ones. You will be at complete luxurious, happy, very, very content level during this month. So beautiful. Now, Lagan Lord entering into the third house. Now, third house, that's why it's called the house of difficulty, because third house, Lagna Lord in the third house here for Leo ascendant becomes debilitated. Bhagya is going to be, your destiny is going to be going to the top. Your hard work does not, count during this time. You do any hard work, but your destiny is what will take you to the next level because of the exalted aspect of Sun on the ninth house. So this is the time your destiny will be working more in your favor than your hard work. So I would suggest that non it's not like we don't do hard work, but we should make sure that somewhere where we are taking unnecessary stress we should avoid during this time, and just let planets do its course. I would see, and I feel, and I'm very happy whenever the planets are debilitated. It is one of the best thing to happen. I feel that they become powerless, and that is why when you are powerless now, you try to do right things to achieve power. So this is what happens. Mars entering into here, short distance journey now is also fruitful. There is no problem, but longer, like to a very distant place for a shorter period of time is good. Also, if you can go to some pilgrimage during this time, going to some temple, everything like that is also very good. Then Mars enters into Cancer. Now Mars here is the lord of the is your yoga karka, fourth and the ninth house. So losses, that means problems, or some kind of construction work or some kind of thing to do with your real estate where it will take some money from you is going to happen. Secondly, ninth house, and when you're traveling also somewhere, there's a problem. Not a good time to buy real estate or move into some new house during this time. It should be avoided at every cost. Workplace is going to be super because Mars is putting an exalted aspect. All the enemies will be destroyed. No one will be able to take any advantage of you. It is also required for you to make sure that you don't get into any legal trouble, huh, by the way, because Mars in the 12th house can also cause some kind of aggressive approach and you can put you into legal trouble. So careful in that area. Then Mercury enters into Scorpio. The house problem, the expenses in the house and all will now come down. There will be a solution here. You may feel very pleasant. There can also be possibility that 29th of October and later after that, even if Mars is debilitated now, Mercury has come to the right spot because the second house lord is also the lord of fixed asset coming to the fourth house. You can buy some kind of fixed asset during this time, or maybe, invest in fixed asset. So all the best for Leo ascendant people. Very, very beautiful month. Career wise, one of the best months possible. And do subscribe because that will be your gift from your side for the month of October. Starting 9th of November, like 1 month from now, we will be starting the Astrology for Beginners 8-week course. So immediately, as soon as possible, try to book your spots, and then we will be able to learn about astrology together in detail. All the best. For Virgo ascendant people, Jupiter is getting retrograde in the ninth house. Now, ninth house is the house of higher learning and very important house for Jupiter, because Jupiter is the one that is keen and always interested in higher learning. And when we talk about wisdom, any stuff like that, Brahaspati is called upon because he is the known of all arts and he is also the Deva Guru. It is getting retrograde. So now this is the time that you should not be relying on luck. And more than luck, you should be working towards your goals yourself. On the other hand, this is also a time when Jupiter also says that time to revisit your philosophical beliefs. Also, try to improve yourself, like coming into a lot of discipline because of the aspect of Jupiter on the ascendant, aspect on the Third house also tells that your communication has now to become more effective. And those who are trying for progeny, that means trying to conceive, this is absolute that time when you have to undo some wrong things that you did in the past and now try, because it is very much possible. Mercury entering into Libra here into the second house, the ascendant lord in the second house, is a very good news all the time. So some monetary benefit that you have been expecting either from your career, because it is a 10th house lord coming to the second house. So there is a combination here. 10th house lord in the second house means gain from careers. Gain from career is seen. Family life will be very happy, very creative. Your communication, your speaking will be just like honey, like nectar. That kind of sweet it will be. Beautiful. Venus entering into Scorpio into the third house. The second house lord in the third house is also good news. Ninth house lord in the third house means short distance travel will now happen for a to a longer place. Like you can go for a holiday somewhere, or you may be going to visit some of the family members. So some short distance travel, shorter period travel is happening to you. Very good news with a very good relationship with siblings will be there. Those who have been facing a lot of hardships from sibling side, now there will be a common ground there. You get solution. Beautiful time for Virgo ascendant people till now. Then Sun enters into Libra. Now Sun here, whenever we will see sun, absolutely it is the 12th house lord, lot of expenses, it is getting debilitated. So what more good news do you need? Sun getting debilitated in the second house mean make sure that no big expenses that were supposed to happen will happen, so you will get safe here. In fact, sun is aspecting the 8th house, so inheritance from family, if that is something that you are trying to fight for, or you're trying to go there, or investments that you have done with family or with someone, you're trying to take things out, this is where you will find some benefit. Also, because second house is the house of extreme wealth and wealth, accumulated wealth. This time your accumulated wealth actually goes up rather than coming down. So getting sun getting debilitated is a good news for you, not a bad news for you. Whenever a malefic will get debilitated, it is good for you. Sun is malefic, it is the 12th house lord. Getting debilitated is absolutely a very good sign that no problem will come. Mars will enter into Cancer and get debilitated as well in the 11th house. Now, 11th house is an extremely important house when we come to our social circles, friend, when we talk about, larger gains or gains that happens through, it cannot be said partnership, but through collaborative creativity. So partnership is different. You come on papers, become directors, but sometimes you collaborate yourself and you do something and gain happen to both of the people, which is not related to. It's also a completion of your goal, maybe your team together. So this is a time that in such areas you will get some success. Not a very important or very right time to get into real estate or property. You should avoid such kind of things during this month. Also, when we talk about any inheritance or any kind of thing that you want to give to your children, also you want to buy them property or buy them a vehicle or anything, should be avoided during this time. Also, on the other hand, health wise, because see, Mars is sitting sixth from the sixth and aspecting the sixth house from the eighth aspect. So sudden ups and downs in health can happen because Saturn is also retrograde there, so it is not powerful to protect its own house. So accident should be avoided. Getting cut, giving blood donation should be done during this month at the most, like important. Whenever Mars is debilitated, go and donate blood. It will become very positive for you. What happens when you donate blood? The some blood is out and your body starts producing more blood, and because that more blood is produced, the heart and everything is working very properly, positively. So you will be feeling courageous, not very down. So try to do this kind of remedy. It will also help you mitigate the eighth aspect of Mars on the sixth house. Then Mercury enters into Scorpio, into the house of Mars, into the third house. Lagna Lord in the third house means hardships. Now, some hardship is coming. Some kind of obstacles will come, or some kind of place, some kind of situation will come where a lot of hard work is required. And maybe in communication way that you have to either sell something, if you're in sales and marketing, very much effort to sell such things. Or, if you're in, you're traveling somewhere, it will be stressful, very, very hectic. That kind of things can come. Not a very good time to argue with your neighbors or with your siblings. Okay, so these kind of things should be kept in mind. And subscription for AC Astro is your first priority. Please do this. I want you to subscribe. Thank you. Starting 9th of November is when Astrology for Beginners 8-week course will start. It will be on Zoom, weekend 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, on 8 a.m. And we are just debating on this, but yes, these are the topics: introduction to astrology till the 27 nakshatras. Everything you will learn in detail. All the best. There are limited spots now, and this is a 8-week course. That means 16 classes. So make the most of it. All the best. Libra ascendant people, one of the most awesome balanced people in the world. Jupiter retrogrades in Taurus in your eighth house. So Jupiter is already making a Viprit Rajyog. That means it is the sixth house lord in the eighth house. So it may be solving some troubles from your health related or work life related problem, but because it is getting retrograde now, it is an absolute important time for you to understand your belief system. Especially eighth house is the house of occult, so those who have been relying too much on occult knowledge have now can go into the process of learning it also, process of understanding it more spiritually than more, like what you are listening here and there. So it has to be now organized kind of stuff. So that is where you should be putting your focus into. Retrograde Jupiter, there is a complete video on the channel. You can go there with all the aspects, everything analyzed there. So you will be able to get more detail from that video. Mercury enters into Libra here. When Mercury enters into Libra, it is the 12th house lord coming to the first house. So gains from foreign country, or traveling to a foreign country, or getting some projects from foreign country, some good news from foreign country is possible. In fact, it is also the ninth house lord, so that means you yourself will put some impact in a very distant land, which will be very, which they will consider you for something. So some good thing is coming to you. On your own side, you'll be very creative, happy, intelligent, very powerful position of Venus and Mercury here. Then Venus enters into Scorpio into the second house. It is second house is about wealth. When Lagna Lord goes to the second house, because of your effort that you have put in the past, this is the time to monetize that effort. So your effort will be monetized, and wealth is supposed to come to you. Happiness in family also restores. So great time. Sun also comes to ascendant, 11th house lord in the Lagna, debilitated. That means if any people from the social life or social circle or your acquaintances or your colleagues or your anyone who's being a part of your journey in terms of collaboration is trying to create any problem to you, that problem will end. In partnership, you will be rising here, like some kind of positive force has entered you. You yourself will not be very confident, issues will be there, you will be very submissive during this time. So those people who are extremely egoistic will also come very much down. But on the other hand, partnership wise, you're going to like kill it, like you're going to make sure that everyone obeys you. So very powerful in that area. Do this during this time. Aditya Hridaya Stotram is very important. Whenever sun is debilitated, do Aditya Hridaya Stotram so that it gets more power, and the struggle that it will go through to make you a better person, that struggle will be lesser for sun. Then Mars enters into Cancer. Now, Mars entering into Cancer is debilitation of Mars. Mars is a Maraka here, and Maraka gets debilitated very good. That means good news in your career. Logically thinking, the second house lord who's bad, seventh house lord who's bad, going into the 10th house, getting debilitated means that career wise, if there was some supposed to problem has to come, like death like situation in career, it will not happen. You will be very happy. In fact, in the real estate side of your life, something very positive can come. And those who want to enter into real estate, those who want to enter into buying a vehicle, absolutely from 20th of October, make the most of it because of exalted aspect of Mars. Very good time for children. Little bit, don't be very harsh on your children during this time, because eighth aspect of Mars is happening on the fifth house where a retrograde Jupiter, so your kids will not be in your control, but kids are supposed to not be in our control. So just hold on, just don't make too much fuss about that kind of situation. But otherwise, you will be absolutely powerful during this time, because aspect of Mars is on the Lagna, also on your ascendant, which will make it very much stronger. Even if sun is getting debilitated, aspect of Mars is making sun very much stronger. It says that, okay, king, you got a little bit of hurt in the battlefield, right? So just relax, I am here, I am fighting for you. So this is the kind of approach that Mars has, because it is the security of gods. Then Mercury enters into Scorpio. Now, the 12th house lord in the second house means money receiving from foreign country. Ninth house lord in the second house means some kind of monetary benefit that comes from a long distance. So, if anything that you're expecting from a long distance, or maybe you're trying to, those who are into insurance business, one of the best time for you. Those who are into because eighth house Jupiter aspecting the second house for wealth, 11th house lord debilitated, so no problem in goal completion. In fact, the 12th house lord in the second house, so a lot of expenses, lot of stress that you were having, money will take care of it. So it's a very, very Arthik month, like Earth month. A lot of money is coming to you. So beautiful time for all the Libra ascendant people. Do subscribe so that such kind of monthly videos and everywhere you're connected to us. All the best. And 9th of November is when Astrology for Beginners course will start. You are supposed to be making the most of this course by doing it. Introduction to astrology till 27 nakshatras, very less possible. I don't even think that let's keep ask in the link below, WhatsApp link, where you can do appointments also, and you can do your course details also. Just ask them if there is any spots left, and you will be able to enroll here. Scorpio ascendant people, Jupiter is getting retrograde in Taurus into the seventh house of relationship. A complete video on Jupiter has been made on AC Astro, so you can go and revisit that. But on a brief note, Jupiter here in the seventh house is telling you to reconsider all the decisions that you make in relationships. Either you're being very dominant, or you're being very goal demanded, or you're being very what you say, you're being aggressive for expansion. So such kind of things is where you have to be very careful of. Your communication has to become nicer now in the relationship partnership area of your life. Then Mercury enters into Libra, the 11th house lord in the 12th house, again means that gains from foreign country is seen, gains from long distance thing is seen, or some gain that has been waiting for a very long period has to come from a very distant place. Some news from a distant, pleasant news from a distant place comes, because it is making Viprit Rajyog. So the trouble is ended. Now you will good time to receive the good news. Venus entering into Scorpio into the ascendant means that here you may feel the need of luxury. Now, when gains happen, the second thing that we do is spending money. I would just say hold on your horses, because it's not a very good time to specifically have any kind of expenses in the area related to luxury, like buying new bags, purses, this that. You should be saving this money for the future. Good time for investments, if I say, very good time for investments. So go in that area. Sun entering into Libra, 10th house lord in the 12th house into debilitated state can create a little bit of challenge in work atmosphere. Some layoff can happen. There can be losses of job also. But because your workplace will be very supportive during this time, if you can adjust or surrender to them, saying that some kind of um, like I just give an example of one of my cancer ascendant people. He got laid off. He said that, okay, don't lay me off, put my salary to 50% and give me 3 to 4 months to look after a job. So their company agreed that, okay, then we'll not lay off. So we are actually giving you severance for this month. He said, give me severance over this time, so I will be less active at work, but I'll be more active at finding a job. And they did it. So such kind of agreement or such kind of arrangement should be done in the workplace if such kind of things exist or comes. It also is possible that many people will be quitting their jobs and going to a different maybe a foreign country for getting a job or starting a job. So very much possible. Gains from partnership is one biggest thing that you will see during this time, because Jupiter is retrograde, right? So now you will work over your mistakes, come back and finally get gains. So if you are supposed to make any big transaction in gains from partnership, this is that right time for you. Mars entering into Cancer into the ninth house is also an indication that it is putting an exalted aspect on the third house. That means your communication will be so strong that you will be able to convince everyone who's coming around you. So very powerful month for you. In the ninth house, when Mars is debilitated, such people should be doing some seva, or some, their sweat should fall on a religious place. So that means go to a temple, take a broom and start wiping the temple, so that you're completely sweat, it's dripping there, so that your obeisances or your contribution towards society or towards nature has been. Or go and plant trees. Mars is bhumi, right? Give it, like, take its nourishment, let it give nourishment to the whole world. So plant trees during this time, it is very good for you. But uh, also a time when you can get a little bit of challenged by gurus and stuff like that. That is where you have to be careful not to take any major steps that area, or not to invest a lot of money in someone doing puja, this, that, whatnot. It's all false, man. You have to do puja yourself. Then Mercury enters into Scorpio. Now Mercury is the lord here. If you see Mercury on a very whole level, it is the 8th house lord and the 11th house lord. That means sudden ups and downs and gains are all uh, you know dependent on Mercury's movement. Mercury coming to the ascendant with Venus is going to be in a very comfortable position. So you will be very bright, knowledgeable, intelligent, powerful, awesome during this month. Only thing is that major big decisions, because Sun is debilitated, Jupiter is retrograde, Saturn is retrograde, major decisions should not be done in October. After 15th of November, they should do whatever you want. So major decision like buying property, buying car, this, that. Education wise, see, Mars has come to the house of education, got debilitated, means here you need to give more emphasis on education, like higher education. I want to learn more. That can be about anything. See, your dharma houses, that means your first house has two benefits. Your ninth house has Mars, in debilitated position. This is the house of dharma. Your fifth house, house of dharma, has Rahu there. So it's a time of higher learning, higher education. That is what is required. We are coming with 9th of November when we are talking about astrology for beginners, 8-week course. If you want to enroll, you can contact below. Got to know about clear all your doubts, and if you want, you can get into it. All the best. And subscribe as well. Sagittarius ascendant people, Jupiter is retrograde in Taurus. It is the Lagna Lord here, right? So we are coming to the Lagna Lords, both the signs, Sagittarius and Pisces. Here, Sagittarius Lord is retrograde in the sixth house. What does this mean? That means in your daily work and routine, if you're doing some mistakes, not following discipline, not being ethical to work, not being of service to other people, you have to start doing that. Otherwise, you will start getting bad results of Jupiter. So you have to surrender this time towards society, because the more and more you surrender, this time also is a time to let enemies go. If these enemies have caused a lot of trouble to you, this is the time to just forget that, and make yourself aware that next time you don't want to make such kind of mistakes. In your workplace, there will be some kind of changes that will be happening, which will be very overwhelming, because eclipse also happened in the 10th house. Now sun is in the 10th house with Ketu, and so 9th till 17th is when a lot of things can happen in your workplace. Lot of changes can happen, which will be for good only. So don't get panicked over it, because Jupiter is aspecting the 10th house. That aspect also becomes retrograde, so it is going to be more of some decision making time that will come in front of you. For that, you can use any kind of mentor advice, go to some good astrologers, or talk to your bosses, or past people who were mentors for you. They will be able to give you right guidance. Mercury enters into Libra here, into the 11th house. Mercury is the Kendra Lord, and getting into the 11th house is gains from partnerships and gains through career also. So promotion also can come. So that means this ups and downs and changes also can bring you good news. So very beautiful time for Sagittarius. Then Venus enters into Scorpio, into the 12th house. Venus is the 6th house Lord in the 12th house. So those people who want to go for work to a foreign country, they've been trying to apply and not getting any reply, but now you will get a reply because you applied. So beautiful time for all the Venus, all the people who are entering Venus into Scorpio. Disease wise also, if there is some long term illness that is going on you, it will surface now, and you will be able to get a very good result of curing that. Expenses will be on the rise, and expenses can be happening for luxury, or for maybe some legal complication or trouble, or maybe some legal documents. We can just say that making an affidavit also now cost a lot of money. So such kind of small legal fees you will have to pay. Something in the hospital you're paying, or something in the legal area you're paying, it is happening. Then sun enters into Libra, it gets debilitated. 9th house Lord debilitated in the 11th house. That means during this time, effort is bigger than your luck. Luck is going to be there because sun is putting an exalted aspect on the 5th house, which is 9th from the 9th. So it is the house of luck. But again, it says that during this time, not only luck, but effort also is important. And something doing with lot of devotion towards someone, like even if you're doing through for your children, for your elder siblings, for your friends, a lot of devotion should be required. It should not be done out of that okay, I will gain from this kind of stuff. It should be done with a lot of devotion. You can also feel during this time that socially there will be a little bit of isolation that you will go through, because 11th house is the house of social circle, and sun making it dark here, getting debilitated also, means that you will not be very comfortable in large settings. So that it is possible. So but gains on the other hand is happening. A speculative gain, very very good speculative gain. I'm telling you that those who will invest into stocks and all with proper guidance during this time, they may earn a lot of money during this time. Mars entering into Cancer, into the 8th house, getting debilitated. Not a very good house for Mars to get debilitated, but again, it is making a Viprit Rajyog like Venus. That means trouble will come in the beginning. There is some kind of uncertainty will come, and it will also start giving you some benefit. This uncertainty can come in terms of your foreign travel, or you must have booked tickets, suddenly it will cancel, or there will be some delays. That kind of uncertainty can come. Driving wise, you have to be very careful, because this is the house of longevity. When Mars comes here, your longevity can be compromised. That means you can get hit, or also detect some disease, some problems, which can make sure that your longevity does not get compromised. So keep a very close watch on your body movement, and also on your mind. Then later, Mercury enters into, oh, one more thing which I want to make sure. When Mars in the eighth house in debilitated position puts an exalted aspect on the second house. So monetary wise, Sagittarius ascendant are gaining the most. Sun is putting an exalted aspect on the fifth house. Mars is putting exalted aspect on the second house. So what do you need? Two powerful planets are looking at your money and making sure that no obstacles come in your life. So money wise, you're sorted. And then Mercury enters into Scorpio into the 12th house. Now here, when we see Mercury is a Kendra Lord, especially seventh and the 10th house. So sorry to say, there can be this monetary gain that is happening suddenly, can also be through a layoff can happen, and they can give you severance, and there can be monetary gains. But don't worry about it. As soon as Mercury will enter into ascendant, you will again get all the jobs and everything will be restored. Secondly, this monetary gains that is happening, or even can be happening through partnership also, by the way. So some kind of partnership also can give a lot of monetary gain, because seventh house lord has also gone to the 12th house. So from distant place, a partnership can give you a lot of good news. All the best, guys. Don't worry about it. Only worry about the aspect of Jupiter, that is the 10th ninth aspect of Jupiter on the second house, where Mars is also aspecting, Jupiter is also aspecting, both are aspecting for 6 and 8 houses. So money will come, but you will be under influence of other people to invest that money in wrong places. So don't make any decision this month. Take the money, keep it, and then 16th of November onwards, think about investing money somewhere. And also think about the 9th November course that is starting, Astrology for Beginners, weekends. The course will be there. You can make the most in this course. Beautiful, beautiful nakshatras, common astrology, analysis of D1, D10. You will be able to start from zero, that you don't know anything, and be able to construct a chart, and also, predict few things. All the best. Capricorn ascendant people. Now here Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. Taurus is the fifth house of speculative gains. Now here, very careful. What you may think is speculation can be a little bit of challenge. It can be an illusion also. Jupiter in this says that, okay, make sure your learning is correct. Fifth house is house of education. Also fifth house is house of children. So in all these areas, you have to become more careful and start analyzing things in a very analytical, practical way. Okay. Jupiter aspect on the ninth house means that higher learning also may be challenged, or going to foreign lands is another thing that can happen to you, all the people of Capricorn ascendant. So foreign land is calling you. After Jupiter gets retrograde, it is will be a clear indication that you go to foreign land, because 12th house lord is getting retrograde and aspecting the ninth house. So there will be some kind of movement here, but very careful, because Ketu is in the ninth house. So going to foreign country can also add to very big troubles, because Ketu, till the time Jupiter is retrograde, Ketu is going to be behaving very smartly, very nicely, because it does not receive that kind of powerful aspect from Jupiter now. So it will try to now detach you more and more from society, try to get you into dharmic places, and that fanatic attitude can create a challenge for you. Mercury entering into Libra here is another very good news, because Mercury is the lord of the ninth house. Getting into progress into the 10th house means in the workplace, some destiny might work for you, and you may start gaining lot of work related queries, work related stuff. And work wise, it is going to be a very absolute wonderful month for you, very, very beautiful month for you. Some power also is seen, that if you are waiting for a promotion or some power that you want to gain, this is an absolute good time. Venus entering into Scorpio here is again another good news, because the 10th house lord has gone into 11th, so you will gain a lot of wealth from your career. So beautiful placement. Still your Lagna lord is retrograde, so till 14th of November you have to be careful in what your approach is towards money, that earn money, how do you want to use it. But somehow you are going to get into lot of awesome good things. Sun entering into Libra is going to get debilitated here. Now, what is Sun here? Sun is the 8th house lord, going to the 10th house and getting debilitated. So sudden ups and downs in work also is possible. So things are happening very good depending on your dasha. If you're going to Sun Antardasha, Mahadasha, Pratyantar Dasha, Sun will, if this affect, this debilitation of Sun will affect you, and you may feel little bit of non-powerful in your um in your in your what you say um, in your karma, in your career. You may become less confident. There may be possible that other people also, you may come near the area of defame. Some other people who are telling you something may affect you. That is the kind of thing that can happen. But on a real estate side, very good time. Aspect of, you know Sun on the fourth house exalted aspect, that means in that area you can do very good. Shifting, relocation, anything in that area is also going to be very favorable for you. Mars entering into Cancer. Now, Mars is the fourth house lord here. Mars is the 11th house lord here. So that means it is second yoga karka after Venus. Very, very important houses it has. Now, what happens is when Mars gets debilitated, in the area related to your confidence, you are number one. But in the area related to your career, it is putting an aspect on the fourth aspect on the 10th house. And fourth aspect is always a negative aspect of Mars, because it is debilitated aspect here. If career wise, there will be a little bit of challenge to maintain a work life balance, because Mars is the residence where you stay, and 10th house is somewhere where you go for workplace or you go out for doing your karma. So some kind of problem in this area, some kind of discomfort can come. On other hand, Mercury enter into Scorpio. Also another reason here, that Mercury has left the 10th house and gone into the 8th house. So Mars here also creates some problem in relationship, and especially Mars is that energy related to the male energy. So male energy of your family is where you have to be very careful of relationship. Mars is debilitated, you don't know what is happening, and suddenly you say something and it will be completely working against you, is possible. Mercury entering into Scorpio into the 11th house will give you very much gains, and especially these gains will come through your social network, or maybe from social media. Those who are working on social media trying to do all this astrology, numerology, or doing some kind of uh, you know f- creative work on social media, because both the planets are creative and going to the 11th house, so you will gain lot of wealth from social media. So it's a beautiful month, but somewhere ups and downs, because 8th house lord getting debilitated, Mars Kendra lord getting debilitated in the Kendra, and so little bit of challenge, but on an overall level, very beautiful time. One more disclaimer I want to give. The eighth aspect of Mars is on the second house, where a retrograde Jupiter is going on. Someone from family you can have rift with them. So this is an important time not to speak too much, because you see your second house lord is retrograde, and on top of that Mars is aspecting here. So very careful. There is a astrology for beginners course starting 9th of November. So make the most of this very beautiful course. You can learn astrology from the scratch, and wonderful for all the people who want to undo their negative learning and learn from the Vedas. So all the best. Try to enroll ASAP. Then later we will have to put you in the next batch. All the best. Aquarius ascendant people, Jupiter is getting retrograde in your fourth house. So after Grahan is complete now, the eclipse is complete in your eighth house. A lot of transformation happened, lot of ups and downs happened. Some accidents also happened. Some hospital sudden visits also happened. Few bad news also from your house, but some good news related to inheritance also has been seen. Some good news in terms of investment getting double is also seen. Some speculative gain is also seen. So a lot of positive things also happened. So it's not only negative. But now Jupiter gets retrograde into the fourth house. Not a very good time to decide in real estate. Shifting also is not advised during this time, because Jupiter retrograde, it is a time to rethink about it, but not to take action during this time. So fourth house is the house of your dwelling, where you have to be more considerate that what you want to do, how you want to do. Then Mercury enters into Libra. For Jupiter, we have made a complete video on fourth house. It is retrograde, so it is there on the channel. So you can go and watch that. You will get clear idea about this thing, because we have very less time, and people say you say so much. That's why I try to make it less possible. Mercury entering into Libra here is the eighth house lord coming to the ninth house. So gains from partnership also is there, and sudden gains through your destiny is seen. So hope that lottery and all comes to you. You never know. Some kind of positive thing for Aquarius ascendant is coming. Then Venus enters into Scorpio into the 10th house. This is the house of career, and Venus is an extremely yoga karka planet here. Beautiful news for your career. Some very great achievement that you wanted to do in your career area is going to be unleashed. So that means all the obstacles will go and more power will come. 10th house is also the house of power, and not only like physical power, it is about the status, the power, the status that you have in society. Such kind of things can be coming your way. So beautiful time for all the Aquarius ascendant people. Sun is entering into Libra into debilitation. Now Sun is the seventh house lord and a maraka here. Sun is an extreme maraka, by the way. So Sun is a planet that is not considered very auspicious for Aquarius, because it is ruled by Saturn and it's Mool Trikon sign of Saturn. So Sun is a malefic, and getting into the ninth house, very good. So big problems that were happening in the relationship will now calm down. There will be less communication in that area, and you will be able to overcome many things, because sun is putting an exalted aspect on the third house. So aspect is going to be very good. Sun already is debilitated. What will it do? It will little bit take you towards more behavior of non-religiousness or non-spiritual. That can be, you can become careless about spirituality. But on the other hand, sun is putting an exalted aspect on the third house. Your communication will become so powerful that you'll be able to overcome all the obstacles, and you'll be doing extremely hard work during this time and gaining. So beautiful time. Mars entering into Cancer, getting into debilitated state. Mars here, look at 10th house Lord. Mars is the third house Lord. That means communication. Communication is the key here for Mars. Getting into the sixth house of workplace and 10th house connection. It is that this is the time that in workplace there can be some ups and downs, and there can also be some losses that you may see. But this losses can be your profit, because there can be possibility that you suddenly gain from it. Also, you gain from such kind of losses happen, and suddenly you gain a new job, dream job that you've been waiting for. Business also, during this time, be very careful in the communication space of business. So in the workplace there can be some enmity, some trouble, some struggle, because Mars is debilitated, your power is debilitated. For you it is debilitated here, for the person who's dealing with you will be debilitated somewhere. So his that mental state will not be good, your workplace state is not good. There can be rift and fight, which should be avoided. Which should be making sure during this time you're absolutely devoted towards Lord Kartikya or Lord Hanuman. Or maybe just simple, when Mars is in 6, 8, and 12, for anyone, you should take some soil on their hand, put hand over it and say, Om Bhaumaya Namaha, Om Bhaumaya Namaha, and thank it. Thank that, okay, because of you, the whole world is getting nutrition. So thank you, Mars, for being a very, very critical part of our ecosystem environment. So very important for all the people to acknowledge Mars' existence. Mars in the sixth house can also talk about getting blood loss. Maybe you'll be going for some kind of blood transfusion, blood donation, getting some kind of blood test done. So such kind of things can happen because Mars rules the blood. Putting an exalted aspect on the 12th house means there will be expenses in terms of medical. So very careful. Either expenses for foreign travel, either expenses for medical, but something like that is happening. Even suddenly some expenses for siblings also can happen, for which you have to take debt also is possible during this time. Mercury entering into Scorpio. Mercury is the 8th house lord and Mercury is the 5th house lord. 5th house lord, whenever it comes to the 10th house, it's very good. It's considered to be that you'll be very creative in the work area. And because it is sitting with Venus, who's the lord of creativity, and Mercury is for communication. So creativity and communication both will go hand in hand. Your workplace is looking very, very awesome. Even with Mars debilitated, if you're going through Mars Dasha, Mahadasha, Antardasha, Pratyantar, then it is going to be more effective. But if you're going through Venus and if you're going to Mercury Mahadasha, it is going to be so beautiful for you. Like, I can't even imagine how beautiful things will unfold, and you'll get a lot of opportunities during this time to get into the next level. But before getting into the next level, do subscribe so that you are a part of our family, and write subscribe below so that we can welcome you personally into our family. 9th of November is when Astrology for Beginners 8-week course will start. So mode will be Zoom. Recording is available for every session. So if you even miss it, you are able to attend the next session and ask questions for the previous ones. All the analysis and how to do analysis of D1, D10, D60, D9, your 12 houses, your 12 zodiacs, your 9 planets, 7 7 planets, 2 shadow planets. So many good things. Gemology, medical astrology. Beautiful. You have to experience it yourself. All the best. Pisces ascendant people. Now Jupiter is the ascendant lord and it is right now in the third house of struggle. So Pisces people from May of this year might have gone into a lot of struggle. Now this is a ease time for you. Jupiter is retrograde. It is saying, okay, don't worry, no struggle now. Just go on. Just make sure that what mistakes you did in the past, which made you put into struggle, don't do it now. So there is a complete video we have made on Jupiter getting retrograde. It's on the channel. So if you want to go for it, listen to it and you will be able to get more idea and details about the retrograde period of Jupiter. Now what happens later after retrograde of Jupiter? Mercury enters into Libra. Now Mercury here is the lord of Kendra, and Libra, if you see what has been given, Pisces has given two difficult places to Venus, that is the third house and the eighth house. Here it is getting into the eighth house of occult sciences. Very good time for higher education, very good time for creative approach, very good time for sadhana, very good time for some kind of siddhi, but not a very good time for investments, not a very good time to file for any kind of cases, file for any kind of inheritance or get into an inheritance related topic. Not a very good time. But otherwise, Mercury here is Kendra Lord getting into the eighth house, sudden ups and downs. Gains from partnership is there, but sudden ups and downs in home due to some kind of property matter can come. Venus enters into Scorpio. Venus is the lord of the eighth house, going to the ninth house, going into Bhagyastan. Very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful approach of Venus also. Because you know what happens? Venus is a benefic. So wherever it will sit, it will give you very good gyan. Sitting in this ninth house of Guru, it will be very pleasant. During this time, you get a very, very luxurious or very, very spiritual movement with your guru of your choice. Maybe your teacher or maybe someone very privileged who everyone wants to meet. You will meet such kind of influential people also. Very beautiful. Sun enters into Libra, another thing. Here is Sun is going to make Viprit Rajyog. That means sixth house Lord in the eighth house. Very careful about accidents. Very, very important to understand. You know, when Sun comes to the eighth house, it's not a very pleasant. It is a it is very aggressive planet Sun. Monetary wise, you know, you're going to get gains from insurance. There can be gain from some property sale and stuff like that. But still, eighth house is a house of fear also. Getting Sun here, your soul can get fear from something. So paranormal activities or some kind of, you know, extraordinary or extra, not terrestrial, but some kind of alien experience you can get. Not aliens, like alien experience means some kind of very indifferent experience that you have never experienced before can come to you, because your house of occult is absolutely very powerfully occupied by Sun, a debilitated Sun, and a Mercury. Mars later on enters into Cancer. Not a very good time to invest into speculative gains like share market and all. Be very careful from it. Not a good time to invest in education also. You should hold on to your education. That is, I'm talking about, you know, if you want to go to foreign country, this, that, whatnot. Not a very good time for love life also, because Mars is debilitated. There may be some rift or some power struggle in love, that okay, I love you more, you love me more, I give you time, you don't give me time, such things. And for children also, it is not going to be an absolute very pleasant environment. But Mars debilitated is put an exalted aspect on the 11th house. If you have higher goals, this is the time that you're aggressive and achieve all your higher goals, and that will convert into monetary benefit for you. But still very careful. There can be sudden travels that can come to you, especially for children, especially for, you know, your education related stuff, because Mars is aspecting the 12th house. That is the eighth aspect of Mars. So sudden ups and downs in travel also can happen. And very careful, huh? Pisces ascendant. Mercury enters into Scorpio, and careful means that you should be completely doing Kartikya Dev Puja Aradhana of Lord Kartikya or Lord Shiva. This time you require such kind of heavy energy. So, you know, either Mahamrityunjay Mantra and either anything to do with Shiva Tandav Stotram, listen to that, or maybe, you know, Om Namah Shivaya simple, or do Hanuman Chalisa. Very important. Whenever Mars is debilitated, Hanuman ji is your savior, Kartikya ji is your savior. And those who have mud, you know, take mud on your hand and say Om Bhaumaya Namaha. Close it like this. Put mud here and say Om Bhaumaya Namaha, Om Bhaumaya Namaha. And embrace the presence of Mars around you. That the land which you dwell on, everything is because of Mars. The security that you have, everything is because of Mars. So embrace it. Whenever a planet is debilitated, try to, you know, think about it in a very beautiful way so that it gets more power from your aura. Mercury entering into Scorpio, into the ninth house here. The Lagna Lord, the Kendra Lord, the fourth house Lord, the seventh house Lord in the ninth house. Very good time, destiny wise, to achieve something in your home. Like home life is very good. Your relationship is very good. Gains from partnership is seen. So beautiful, beautiful month for Pisces ascendant people. Not a challenge at all. Like some challenges are there in life, but many things are ward off. Many things are out of trouble here. So make the most of it. And those who want to join Astrology for Beginners, the 8-week course, here we are announcing that it is going to be a very blissful time for all the people. So make the most of it. The faster you come, the faster you are here. Otherwise, you'll have to wait for the next classes. All the best, everyone. Make this time very beautiful for you. And thank you, Rohit ji, for your support and for your patience as well.
Thank you, Akashi. Festival season, a month of October, and so many debilizations and so many changes in transit of planets. We hope that this festival season goes very well for you. Do remedies what Akashji told you, and I hope it will be very good for all of the family members of AC Astro. And for consultations, number on the screen, link in the description box. Click connect, and you will have a video consultation, one-on-one consultation with Akashji. Thank you very much. Thank you, Akashji, for this detailed analysis and remedies also. Thank you very much. We'll meet
जी
in some next video. Till then, Jai Shri Ram, Jai
ओम
Hanuman, Jai
नमः
Om
जय
Namah Shivaya.
ओम